The girl from the Chicago Sky who pushed Caitlin Clark yesterday, she came out with a statement today that rocked Twitter, overly disrespectful. I just can't believe she even said that. And you know, to be honest, if I was Caitlin Clark, I might around and be like, all right, you know what? I might fake an injury, sit out for a couple weeks just to show y'all the viewership will really drop if I don't play. This is so disrespectful, bro. You know the part that pissed me off? Like, okay, yesterday, after the game, after Chicago Sky versus Indiana Fever game, she said, I'm not answering no questions about Caitlin Clark, right, to the media. Then she goes on Twitter and she's talking strictly about Caitlin Clark. Chennedy Carter gives her take on Caitlin Clark's style of play. And she said this on like a comment. She said, besides three-point shooting, what does she bring to the table? Like, what? She just changed the trajectory of the WNBA's entire lead. You're talking about, besides three-point shooting, what does she bring to the table? I don't know if she's being an idiot or trolling or she's really just ignorant and jealous. It could be all three things. Aside of me, I kind of felt bad with the like backlash she was receiving. When you make statements like that, no one's going to feel bad for you, bro. Let's see how the WNBA was. Since they feel like their lead was so good before she entered it, we're going to look at how the lead was. This to the right of me, this right here, this is the viewership chart for the WNBA. Do you know how insane this is? Caitlin Clark and this draft class comes in and shoots up, and mostly Caitlin Clark. But look how much the viewership jumps, right? So that's one thing she brought to the league. The WNBA's lower revenue is a key reason for the pay disparity between the leagues that has now drawn national headlines, and it is why rookies, including Clark, will earn a base salary for just $76,000 a season. Of course, Clark will earn much more than that outside the sponsorship deals. Reasons for the wide pay disparity between WNBA and the NBA are many, but basically, the women's league generates far less money. That's reflected in its TV rights deal, which is worth $65 million versus the NBA's $2.8 billion contract. Also pays 42 fewer games as a season than the NBA. On top of that, with salary, the way the league's going, with the attention she's bringing, everyone's salary is going to end up increasing because contracts based off like, you know, ticket sales, all this extra shit, how many people watch on TV, but she's making people watch. Low key, the drama is helping bring more attention, but the type of drama they bring in is going to make that viewership go down. Like if she were to get hurt, that viewership's going to drop and you're not going to make your fucking money. Like nobody's going to be paying attention to you because we don't care. The only reason people are talking about you is because of your comments on Caitlin Clark. Like it's crazy, bro. This was last year. ESPN surveyed 34 WNBA players from MVP candidates to reserves to rookies what they think is the biggest issue right now for the league as it's finished its 27th season. Nearly a quarter of the league surveyed responded. 52% was talking about travel. Caitlin Clark enters the lead as well as his draft class. You guys are getting chartered flights. This is what Austin Rivers said. Austin said, we got to stop the cap and all the hate some of y'all women are putting on Caitlin. People have such a high interest all of a sudden in women's basketball. The Caitlin Clark effect. It's not only because of her, but it's mainly because of her. Please cut the jealousy.
I wanted to make this video about Caitlin Clark real quick because I've seen a lot happen with her. A lot of jealousy, hateful comments come her way. And I'm an NBA guy. Obviously, I cover the NBA as well. So I was going to just stay in my lane and just kind of fall back and let other people speak out on her behalf. But enough's enough with this. Let's be honest. Women's basketball as a whole, for the longest time, did not garner a lot of attention and the proper respect. For the longest time, the WNBA was synonymous for a lot of things. Not making a lot of money, actually losing money, to be completely honest. Their athletes not being compensated properly, their athletes not being treated properly, and as a whole, their sport and brand of basketball, in terms of women playing basketball, did not garner really proper attention. Nobody really cared or paid attention to it, which is a damn shame because you girls have been great. You have been world-class athletes. I grew up appreciating, I'm a hooper though, but I grew up watching the Beasts play. I grew up watching Diana Taurasi do her thing. And Sue Bird wow us for her savvy. And Candace Parker and Lisa Leslie go after it. And Maya Moore and Cheryl Swoops. And the list goes on. There's been greatness in the WNBA. You guys have been great women athletes. But for whatever reason, mainly due to ignorance, your sport has not garnered the proper attention and respect that it's long overdue. And now this woman comes along and brings the world in and is now giving y'all that proper attention and respect, and you guys are getting these brand deals and getting this money, and instead of being an appreciative and acknowledging that, you guys are like coming at her with these like hate-ass comments talking about, oh, well, you know, it's not just because of her, blah, 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 blah. Last night our game was sold out and she didn't play. Last night we flew charter and she wasn't on that flight.
Crazy.
Let's stop it. It's not a coincidence you guys are just now chartering flights her rookie year. It's not a coincidence that now that she's in the WNBA, everyone's paying attention to the WNBA. I shouldn't say everyone, but a lot more people are. Okay? It's not a coincidence. It's the Caitlin Clark effect. Now, are there a lot of hands that can be raised of people who had a part to play? For sure. Angel Reese, Paige, Haley, Juju, the list goes on. There's women athletes, basketball players, and coaches who could raise their hand and say they had a part to play in the awareness that has grown in the game of women's basketball. But no more than Caitlin Clark. If you girls were Destiny's Child, she would be Beyonce. If all the girls
That's crazy. He's speaking facts, though.
I think she would be Justin Timberlake. She was the main attraction. There's no ifs, ands, or buts about that. All right? And it's not because she's white. It's not because she's straight. Good God, no one cares. And it's not because she's pretty. Another thing I heard from some woman who knows nothing about basketball saying that. It's because she's an unbelievable basketball player and talent. It's because she has a game style that we've never really seen before. We were watching last year's games. I promise you, I was watching Iowa women's basketball, not because a woman out there that was playing was straight or white. It was because a woman was pulling up from half court looking like a Stephen Curry. She's like the Stephen Curry of women's basketball, and hopefully she can be that one day. She's got a lot to do and a lot of work cut out for her. But hey, we're going to cheer her along as the way. No one's saying Caitlin Clark is the greatest basketball player ever. No one's saying Caitlin Clark is the greatest basketball player even right now in the WNBA. She's not even in that conversation yet. But she's a hell of a talent, and her game style, her aura, everything about her has brought people in and brought awareness to your sport to where now we get to see all these great players in your craft. You have the whole world tuning in now to your sport, seeing how great you girls really are, and I have always been. So instead of hating on her and cheap shotting her like I saw today in the game, which was BS, it was a non-basketball play, or sneak dissing her on your Snapchat or your TikTok or your Instagram or your post-game interviews, appreciate her. It's about that time. We need to grow up and move on. Pay respect.
Couldn't have said it any better, to be honest. And you know what I don't like too? Like the people who do the grimy shit, and then like I saw like girl didn't answer the post game questions, or Angel Reese. I think she got fined $1,000 or something. Yeah, Angel Reese has been fined $1,000 by the WNBA for not making herself available to the media after yesterday's game. So just keep it about basketball. Go out there, hoop. You don't have to do no grimy stuff. We're gonna check out Matt Barnes, what he said.
Screens, elbows, knockdown. It is what it is. She's not the first. She won't be the last. My issue and my question is, where the fuck are her teammates at? Where y'all at? Where the rest of the Indiana Fever at? I've seen a couple girls smirk when she's got knocked down, half-assed to pick her up. Like, y'all supposed to protect the asset, protect the star. And all this is the team. She's the star. You always protect your star. I was someone who protected the stars. You fuck with Kobe, CP, Blake, list goes on. It's going to be a problem because you guys are supposed to be a family. And you wonder why you sit at the bottom of the league right now is because y'all don't protect each other, man. Coach don't do shit about it. Players don't do shit about it. Y'all should be ashamed of it. But the rest of the league is going to continue to test her. And that's what they're supposed to do. It's your guys' fucking job to have her back and have each other's back. Got to do better, ladies.
Yeah, I think as an enforcer, they should get that, what's her name? Liz Cambridge? Yeah, they should try to get Liz Cambridge. She'll be a pretty good enforcer. But those comments are just so disrespectful, bro. Especially like everything that girl's done for the lead so far. I mean, honestly, with this type of disrespect, if I was her, I'll just fake an injury, take a month off. I just want you guys to see how fast the viewership drops if she's not playing. I'm trying to tell y'all that shit would drop so fucking quick. I'm trying to tell y'all, bro. Fucked up comments to make, but y'all let me know your thoughts on that. And as always, it's your boy Hefe out.